I'm actually scared to go up there and see what it is. What in the world is this thing? Oh. I have no words. This is amazing. This okay, there's a little sign. Oh, the Chaos Crew. Of course it is. Caught the moon with its pants down. Turns out it's not just full, it's bold. I don't even know how to retaliate to this, people. How do you top a moon that's mooning you? I know what you're thinking. It's the perfect day for it. Sit here, relax, plan your revenge, which is exactly what we're doing here on the Interrealms. But before we enact our little revenge, I just want to show you what we've been doing around here. So this has changed a little bit. I've swapped out the wood for just this more like natural vibe, and I think this fits in a lot better than just random spruce. We have added a little path here. It's going up towards this, and this is going to be a little house on top of here. And we've also added some grass in this little wheat field here, and I think it does a lot. It makes it feel a lot more natural, rather than just like perfect wheat. So yeah, I really like this. I'm definitely gonna do this in future, and I'll probably do some over there. I've done a little bit over there and over on that one too. Now, like I said, revenge will come. Don't worry about that. But first, I would like to work on something a little bit different. It has been a little while since we made a shop, and our shop is not exactly bustling and giving us a lot of money. Oh gosh, I can't even look at that. As much as I would love to just keep pranking, it is taking away from the things that I need to get done. I would love to get another shop up on the server. It's already designed in creative. It's quite a big one. But I'd like it to be a decoration shop, which means that we need things like campfires, item frames, paintings, all that good stuff. And these guys are going to come in handy for that. I think this guy's still a little traumatized from how I got them up here. Okay, so maybe that was a little bit of a dangerous ride. But look at them now. They're all safe. In the little houses. Protected. Secured. Unable to leave. Now, you may be wondering how I multiplied my villagers. And honestly, it's a bit of a boring story. I put them in a glass tube with some beds, and every time they had a baby, I moved them to here. And you would have seen all of that if I didn't accidentally use the wrong mic and use my laptop audio instead, and it sounds all muffled. Anyway, we have 2 clerics here, and they are going to be using up all of our rotten flesh. And we've got 3 villagers here, so we're going to be able to get golden carrots from these guys, but also they have a good trade for pumpkins and melons, which is why we've built a very simple pumpkin melon farm over here. You can see how simple it is. It's just 1 layer, but it's getting us lots of good stuff. And then this guy. This is the guy that I really wanted. He does campfires. I hate crafting campfires, and I know a lot of other people do too. So that's why we're going to sell them in our shop. Now, enough of this basement. I need to get out of it. It's been so long since I've seen the sun. So let's head over to the shopping district and find a good place for this shop. It's been a little while since we've been here, so let's check our profits too. And oh my gosh, there are so many shops that are popping up. How cool are these? As you can see, this place is filling up quite fast. And if we look at the map, it's quite condensed as well. And then we have the Halloween area here. We have someone's base over here. So the only place that I think is going to be big enough for what we want is here, which is actually right next to the stock market. So let's go see if we've got any profits. Hey Stu, how's it going? Oh, no one wants you, Stu. Ooh, lovely diamond. So I'm thinking around here is our only option. And you know what? We actually need a lot of birch leaves. Maybe we could repurpose these. And guess what, guys? It's gonna be another tree. There's gonna be a tree involved, and that probably comes to no surprise to anybody, but I keep saying this is gonna be the last tree, and then it's not the last tree, and I think I should just give up at this point. Yay! Trees! This might be my second biggest tree. I really wasn't expecting it to be this big. It's hard when you're building in creative to know the scale of things until you put it in the survival world next to other builds. That build behind me I thought was big. But yeah, we just keep gradually getting bigger for some reason. This was a lot of leaves. I think there's about 16 shulk box of different types of leaves here. Let's get a little bit closer and see what the actual build looks like. That was my face. It is very dark in here. We need to bring some light and we need to do the interior. And we have this here, which I thought was a really cool way of getting to the second shop. Is like inside the hollow trunk. So we'll come up here. And this is how we'll get to the second floor. And I've actually... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No, go away. I really don't want to blow up this place. Oh, I fell. No! We'll repair that later. For now, let's go see all the items that I've gathered for this big shop. So, as you can see over here, we've been using this wall to just kind of keep track of all the things that we want to sell in the shop. And we did all of this on one stream. So we decided against hanging signs because of all the different wood types that it would take. But we have big pots, small pots, campfires, barrels, chests, soul fires, lanterns, chains, paintings, item frames, glow frames, bookcases and the empty bookcases, bells, ender chests. And we also decided to get rid of banners. And we got rid of candles as well, but that's for a different reason. So it turns out that there's a rule where you can only sell so many items in a shop, which I think totally makes sense because it gives other people a chance to build shops. And then also it helps grow the shopping district. But I'm keeping candles there because I've teamed up with Jurassics and we're thinking about doing a candle shop. But before we can put all of this into our shop, we actually need an interior and that's what we're gonna do next. But before we get to that, I decided to pay my little pineapple friend here a visit because apparently it didn't quite send the right message, which was to leave my base alone. So if intimidating fruit isn't enough to get the Chaos Crew to stop messing with us, maybe we try a vegetable instead. Have you guys met SB yet? He's kind of a big deal. Seriously though, you should go subscribe to him. We are going to leave a little bit of a present here. I've actually popped it on this little pinky toe. And these are just some Nautilus shells that he's been needing for this base. And also, we've left him some shears. Because a big part of this is made out of wool. And I feel quite bad about that. But not too bad. Because he helped moon my base. And now that we've got that out of our system, let's go check out our tree. Here she is. I've added a little bit of a path over here, and we've gone and got our shop deed as well. That's important. So I've just gone for like a really organic path here, and it was actually Mika on the server that told me to try the resin clumps on these leaves to make it look like berries, and I think it looks really good. So thank you for that, Mika. And I've just done a really simple ladder all the way to the top. For the interior, we did it on a live stream, which is why I'm having to do it this way, but I decided to split up the room into sections and do a little example of how each item could be used, kind of like what you get at IKEA, which is a little hard with the space that we have, but I think that we pulled it off. For upstairs, we actually had Kay and Cookie pop by, and she had the idea of adding a fireplace. So we replaced one of the windows to again show off some of the items and how they could be used. And here we've just added a simple wall to display some of the paintings that we have. We also have items frames on sale. And finally, we turned the trunk into a safer, easier way to get to the second floor. And we've just gone for a really natural vibe, because remember, we are inside of a tree after all. We are all finished and decorated, so let's get in here and take a look at this together. I added this little floor here. I don't know if this was in the time lapse, but I've just gone for moss and green wool, and I actually really love this combination. I think I'll be using this again in the future. Oh, someone said hi. Hello. And here are the little sections that we talked about. I just tried to give a little example of how these items can be used other than just barrels. Like, they're really good to stack like this. And then also the bottom of like these little plant pots here that we've kind of got going on. And you can also put a fence in the middle and it looks like a little tree. And we've got a little library section here, which is really self-explanatory. We've just put some down and done a little case thing around it. And then we've got them for sale here. And then we have chests. And I've cheekily put the ender chest under the ender chest. And hopefully these will sell. And then we've got some pots here. My favourite thing about this room has to be this little chandelier thing that we've done. I've included like some drippy candles and some glass, and I don't know, I just really like it. I think it's good for this base. Again, we're in a tree. And we finally worked out this. I was really struggling with this stairway. And the reason for that is just because underneath here we have the actual tree. Look, as you can see. And it was really hard to make it feel like you could walk up it, which is really what I wanted. I hate it when you have those staircases where it's like, oh, I can't quite get up it. But we finally worked it out, and it's a nice smooth transition from down there to up here. And finally we have upstairs a little chandelier up here, and we wanted to do the lanterns because I wanted to show off what you can do with lanterns and chains, because we're selling them right here. And we have this nice little painting wall here, and just again some examples of the things that you can do with the cauldron and the anvil. For me, I love putting lava inside the cauldron, and it just adds like that glow, but you don't really know where it's coming from. So that's a nice little addition that you can do. And then we have the fireplace. The fireplace that took me and Kayan forever to do. We really struggled with this thing and we really wanted to include the anvils because we're selling them right here. And of course, we have both types of campfires. And that is this shop all complete. That is all, folks. We have done it. Yay! And I bet you thought that we were done for shops this episode. But no, we have one more to show off. If I could just direct your attention to this candle over here. I created the design for this and Jurassic's got this up in survival ridiculously quick. He supplied a lot of honeycomb for this and also a bunch of ready-made candles, and we just went through and dyed a bunch of them and placed them all in here. We have all the colours that you can think of. I think 32 for a diamond is quite generous because of all the colours that you need to include. And then we also have the normal ones, and that's just a stack for a diamond. I think that's it, guys. We are done in the shopping district for a little while. We are going to put it in our rear view mirror and hopefully work on our base for a little bit next time. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you all next time. Bye!